Yeah,
Who is going to replace them? Who is the next Saqib Al Hasan? 8 batters, but still, top four being filled all by left-handers. So that's something which is scary.
correct.
All knowing the fact that they are playing, I'll be more excited of Shanto, the captain, of what he actually does to
Exactly.
to how he ensure that Bangladesh dominates, not dominate, but
Keeping aside the home series against India, you have two away tours to Pakistan, which is going on. We continue when it comes to World Test Championship and the squad analysis. Yet another Asian side, and it's Bangladesh, the Bangla Tigers, were in the radar. We all know what is happening in their country when it comes to a lot of things, but we focus on cricket now. I have Deepu with me. Deepu, welcome to the show. Bangladesh in the red ball format did not have a wonderful World Test Championship last time around. Did not have a wonderful World Cup as well. What can they improve when it comes to any format in terms of cricket?
Uh, see, I feel it's more of touring. Mostly they play their games in Asia, at home, or in India or Pakistan or Sri Lanka. That's where they travel. I hardly see them making any overseas tours of England, New Zealand. New Zealand they go often,
Yeah.
but still they are not acclimatized to that to these conditions as such as we are. Because if you look at the Asian sides, balancing them out, it's India who's touring Sena countries more often. Yeah, even though the fact that we hardly tour New Zealand due to timings and all those stuff, but still, we are the only Asian side who are touring to these nations. So I feel it's important that not only Bangladesh but also all other teams as well tour these Sena countries, and it's the responsibility of the Sena countries to actually invite these other Asian sides to actually grow the game.
Absolutely, that is a wonderful opportunity for these players. The Bangladesh team as a unit as well. But you spoke about Bangladesh not traveling to Sena. Is that a loss for the Bangladesh country? Because they're a good players of spin, they have a good side. But when it comes to pace and bounce, extra bounce in South African conditions, Australian conditions, is where they're lacking their cricket.
Yeah, definitely, because they are playing in Asia. Bangladesh anyway offers a lot of turn. We have seen Mirpur, we have seen Chittagong as well. So they offer a lot of turn. So they are expected to be good players of spin. But when it comes to pace, they really struggle. We have seen in the One Day World Cup in 2019,
Yeah.
and before that in Australia. Even though they performed well above their weight, they punch above their weight in
Yeah.
Australia, but still I feel there is a lot of room for improvement when it comes to pace and also batting against the seam bowlers, and also the fact that we have to look at their future as well, because Shakib won't be around for a long time now. He is going to retire soon. Mushfiqur Rahim has been playing a lot.
Yeah.
One day he'll also be going away. He has already decided. He has already retired from T20. So the writing is on the wall. Tamim is anyway, out of scheme. He hasn't
Yeah.
decided on his
You have
future, but
Mamadullah as well following
yeah,
soon.
I was coming back. Yep. So these experienced guys,
Absolutely.
they'll be done. So it's all on Shanto. I'm forgetting their opener. Yeah, Zakir Hassan. I mean, these guys have to, build a team again. And it's their off-field culture as well, which needs to come to the party, because
Correct. Yeah.
I was reading
That's
an
something I
article.
need. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That's
reading an
something we
article
have to
recently.
discuss.
Yeah,
Yes, Deepu.
yeah, I mean, I was just saying that I was reading an article recently on Buzz. I think it was a head coach or someone from the coaching staff, who clearly stated that no new players should come in the side for at least 3 more years. So, that's the mindset that tells you that how insecure the seniors are in that line, that Bangladeshi squad. Whereas in India,
Yeah.
you every in once in 2 years, or even before that, a youngster is making his or her debut in the men's or the women's team. So I think it's the mindset needs to change, and I feel if they follow a little bit of India in terms of culture as well, even that can
Yeah.
help.
Absolutely. That's something very, very rightly said, Deepu. Thank you so much for that. But when we focus about the points table for Bangladesh, and that is what we see out here, not ideal. They are in the bottom of the points table, just above Bangladesh, just above West Indies. I'm sorry, 25 percentile, way below when it comes to the 50s and 60s. South Africa is there, New Zealand is there, India, Australia. no chance, to be very honest, when it comes to World Test Championship final, until unless they have an exceptional remaining test matches. What is the improvements we have spoken about? But what is the best position we can see Bangladesh ending in this cycle, Deepu?
See, I don't see them ending, above England. I feel it. This is the very same position they'll be, at the end of this cycle. Given the fact that they are playing Pakistan, even though they are playing on an absolute road after being
Yep.
110 for 4 to I think they are 316 for 5 at the end of the day's play. So I feel maybe they can script something in Pakistan, but they have the tough tour of India after these two test matches, I believe. So it will be tough, and India, we are rampage at home, so another tough tour for them. So I feel
So should that be a
until
clean
and
sweep
unless
for
they,
us?
yeah, I'm expecting that. Until and unless there is a draw, or an unlikely Bangladeshi comeback, even though it's unlikely, but still we
So,
don't
so
rule
you're
them out.
saying if Bangladesh wins against India, which is rightly so, is going to be a shock.
Yep, I'll take it as a shock because we have. I think the test record, as we believe, I think we have beaten Bangladesh and we haven't tasted a loss as of now. So
Yeah.
that will definitely
The
come
last
as a
time when
shock.
we
And,
visited them, the way Shreya Iyer, Ravichandran
yeah,
Ashwin batted and got us through, I think that is something they had the wonderful chance but couldn't. I think
yeah,
at home against the likes of, I think probably we spoke about earlier as well, three spinners or maybe four spinners as well. If India plays at Chennai and the second test match as well, it's going to be difficult for Bangladesh to control us.
yep, definitely. And it's their batting, which has to click. Bowling, I think they have. Shakib is there. For some reason, they dropped Mahdi Miraz from the T20 World Cup, and I'm still searching for answers as to why they did that. Apart from that, I think they have really good spinners. Taijul is there; he can bat
Taijul
too.
Islam, yeah,
Yeah, I think the spin department is covered. Pace, they are still a little bit light until unless Ibadat Hussain gets fit and they
correct.
decide to bowl full phase as well because of his cutters at Chepok, which can come in handy. So
But do you
it's the
think
batting
Fizz will
department.
work out? Do you think Mustafizur Rahman will work out in red ball cricket?
See, if you talk about Asia, I feel yes. Also, the fact that he was playing for Chennai this year at Chepok, so he knows the venue very well. He did really well under Rutu and Thala. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
we have to say Ruturaj Gaikwad, right? Not
yeah.
MS
So
Dhoni.
yeah, Rutu, yeah. Still, we know who's leading the side from behind the wickets, but still, Rutu is the captain, so we respect that. So yeah, he
Uncapped
knows the
player on the
condition.
list.
Yeah, sorry.
Uncapped player on the list.
Maybe, I don't mind watching him play for another season. And if he fails for 2 games against us, so yeah, that's fine for me. So
So you're being very biased of your side as well, Deepu. But yes,
uh,
focusing back on what Mustafizur can bring at Chennai conditions for Bangladesh.
see again, they have the potential. It's the batting which has to click if Bangladesh have to pose any challenge to India.
Okay, and when it comes to Bangladesh and the recent arch rivals the past couple of years have been Sri Lanka more than any other country, to be honest. Sri Lanka a couple of spots ahead of them. Is that going to be something they will like to challenge themselves to beat Sri Lanka or go above them? Can they do that? By chance, if Sri Lanka slips to fifth or sixth, can you see Bangladesh moving up the ranks? Or do you see them in the bottom of the points table?
I feel for this cycle they are done. I think they are playing their second tour after this. I think it will be their second tour. They are not traveling to Sena, I believe. So it's the most
There you go.
important
It's in
match.
front of you
Yeah,
versus Pakistan away from home, which is the current ongoing one going on, versus India at home now, and then at West Indies, they are going to go there. So there is an opportunity, keeping aside the home series against India. You have two away tours to Pakistan, which is going on, to West Indies as well, potential chance because out there as well, after the first couple of days, you might expect spin as well. So what's your take? What can Bangladesh, can they end the cycle on a high?
I think they have already ended on a high, drawing a series in New Zealand. I think second Test match, I believe, in
So that
Auckland.
is an achievement.
Uh, See, for them, winning a Test match overseas is definitely an achievement. and against New Zealand and against a tough New Zealand side, we know what they are capable of at home, and also the fact that beating New Zealand at home is something which we haven't also done in the recent past, even under Kohli. So these guys have achieved something which is dramatic, and drawing a series in New Zealand, it's close to a win of WTC. So I feel they have done enough for this WTC cycle. So yeah, they should actually look forward to how they can build a team for 25, 27.
Exactly like you said, the experienced bunch of players will be gone very, very soon, and that's where Shanto and his team has to take responsibilities. We're done with the schedule. West Indies coming up, India coming up. So potentially with the ongoing series of Pakistan as well, can you see them pulling out a win in any of the test matches against Pakistan? Can you see them potentially getting a draw against India or maybe a result against West Indies?
Against Pakistan, I'm expecting, to be honest, because the wickets are such that it will favor their batters, and Spain, I believe they are a quality side as compared to their
Yeah,
counterparts. So I feel if they can handle their Pakistan's pace bowling a bit, I think they'll be good. Against India, I feel they can pose up a fight at Chennai, but still I feel it will be India winning. West Indies again against the Duke's ball, rainy conditions, but the pitch will be offering spin as well. So
yeah,
how they will face the upfront challenge of someone like Gabriel Shamar Joseph against West Indies. So
yeah.
yeah, they have their challenges, but I feel they can at least climb up a, at least one spot, if not staying at it.
Okay, so they can climb up at least one spot, says Deepu, in the points table, but not making for sure in the WTC finals. No chance for Bangladesh. When it comes to squad, we'll discuss about the squad now. Shadnam Ismail, I think he has been very impressive the games he has played so far for Bangladesh. A promising youngster at the top of the order. Zakir Hassan, as you said, has the talent. Can he do that? Mominul Haq, another player we have to talk for when it comes to experienced bunch of players, has been contributing for Bangladesh with the bat every single time. Najmul Hussain Shanto, the captain as well. Then we come on to the wicket keepers. But starting with the top four of Bangladesh, what is the thing? Because if you see, all four of them are left-handers.
Yep. So they have to sort this out, their balance. Shadman played really well. I think he got out now at 93 today. So
93,
yeah,
yeah,
so I think he'll improve, and also I've seen a little bit of footage of him playing in Bangladesh. So yeah, he's a quality batter. Zakir Hassan, we know what he did against India. A quality left-handed batter. Once he said, he's also like a ball, standing in front. He played really well in the series against India. Mominul again. Mominul is also a very tough guy in terms of his defense is classy. I like his batting style.
yeah,
Shanto, I feel tries to be a little more aggressive, and throws away his wickets. So I
exactly,
think
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the reason I feel Shanto,
So
is
that
missing
is
out
where
on.
I think him being the captain, he has to adapt a little bit. I've noticed it very, very often as well when it comes to red ball. He tries to always be aggressive, go after the bowling. If there is something loose on offer, what is there to be patient enough? Test match is not a game of always accelerating. Choose the right deliveries, right?
Yeah, I think he needs to, take that captaincy hat on as well, because apart from being a batter, he is now leading his country as well. So
Correct.
he knows that what shoes he is spelling, because Bangladesh also have had their legends playing, captaining the side, whether it's Shakib or Mashrafe Mortaza previously. I think even Mushfiqur has done that
Yeah.
for a little bit,
Even
for a little
Mominul
bit of
Haq has
time.
done that.
Yeah. So I feel he needs to respect his position, and playing as a captain, he needs to know whether when we have to consolidate or when we have to attack. So yeah, I think he needs to look a little bit on his batting.
Absolutely. And is the next best, the perfect replacement for Mushfiqur Rahim is Litton Das, without a doubt.
Yeah, Liton Das again. He has been playing for a while now. So yeah, not replacement, but actually he's someone who they have already found someone. So how who will they back after Liton Das? That's the important question coming up, because Litton is someone who's a little bit of an aggressive batter again, pretty unlike Mushfiqur Rahim, who relies more on
Yeah.
I feel on sweeps and paddle sweeps, and is more comfortable against the spinners, whereas
Yeah.
Litton is a little bit opposite. So I feel It's important that once Mushfiqur is done, they should also look for someone who can replace Litton also, because he has also had a torrid form recently, a horrendous form. So yeah, it's important they get the keepers also sorted out. Maybe Nurul Hassan can be an option.
Nurul Hassan is there, Jakar Ali is there, so they have a couple of players in the ranks as well when it comes to wicket keeper duties as a backup. Two all rounders we have out here. Mehdi Hassan Miraz, you were surprised not to see him in the World Cup, and then you have the vast experience of Shakib Al Hassan. You will see him going very soon now, but Mehdi Hassan Miraz, a quality all rounder Bangladesh has in the ranks.
Yep, an ideal, not the replica, but still equal to Shakib. Mahidiya and Miraz, he was the linchpin of he is still the linchpin of the side, and it really well. Couple of years ago, he was the main batter, and still, still that series against these guys, haunts me a lot. That one day series, because that one wicket loss, and then second ODI, we should have won that
Yeah.
series, but still. Mahdi played a really big role in Bangladesh winning that series. So, yeah, he has the capability. He has proved his potential. So hopefully, he steps up after Shakib retires, because he will be their main all rounder with the bat, with the ball.
So how
Uh,
many years, Dipu? How many years do you think the likes of Shakib Al Hassan, Mushfiqur Rahim will be has left for themselves for Bangladesh?
uh, See, Shakib already, cleared his intentions that he'll be retiring after 2025, but still he has, the statements from Bangladesh changed quite quickly. So now he has said that he'll be playing from 2026 T20 World Cup in India, which still a couple of years away. So never know whether he plays there or not. But still, I feel he'll give up the longest format, as 5 days. It takes a lot of toll on the body. So I don't see these guys, being around once this cycle is done.
So you're saying 5 days is too long. Now we're coming up to 6 days now because Sri Lanka versus New Zealand coming up, where it's going to be played for 6 days Test matches. Looking forward to those things now.
I mean, I didn't knew this one. 6 days.
Six
We'll be
days
with.
with the third day being a rest day.
I think that they are getting into the old times, but England, what England is doing is completely opposite. They'll be playing a 4-day Test match. So yeah, they're adding something new flavors to Test cricket. So yeah, there will be a lot of firsts this time around. But yeah, really excited for it.
Absolutely. And when it comes to the seamers now, we're going to talk about them. You have Shoriful Islam, I think, very promising when it comes to left arm seam bowling. Hassan Mahmood has done well. Taijul Islam, the left arm orthodox. Now comes the pacers. Naid Rana, we have seen him a little bit in this series as well against Pakistan, has been the vast pace, but not that line and length. You spoke about Ibadat Hussain, Shariful Islam. What are your takes on the seaming department for Bangladesh? Do you want to add still Mustafizur Rahman?
Uh, Mustafiz, I feel he's a little bit more on conditions based, and also the fact that fitness issues are there with him. So whether
Exactly.
they play use him like a rotation policy, playing him one game and then resting him for a couple. So that is to be seen. Shariful, I really he's my favorite bowler from Bangladesh. I really like his action. Maybe if he can increase his pace a little bit, he'll be a tough bloke to play. So he has that mantle of handling the bowling duties along with Hassan Mahmood. Still a
Yeah.
little bit raw, but has enough capabilities.
And you
Again,
cannot forget there is one more as well, Taskin Ahmed.
yeah, I mean, I was just going to mention him only. Tuscan Ahmed, linchpin of this bowling lineup, but still, another player marred by injuries. Has a lot of
Yeah,
potential with the ball, and obviously can bat a bit as well down the order, which the Asian sides need on an overseas tour, be it in
yeah.
Asia, be it in Sena country. So yeah, he is a big miss if he's not there in the squad this time around.
Absolutely, it's going to be huge miss for Bangladesh. Taskin Ahmed is not amongst the ranks, but this is done and dusted with the squad. Most runs for Bangladesh so far. Mominul Haq has to be in the top of the ranks. Such a consistent batter. Mehdi Hassan Miraz, as you always were speaking about him, he's amongst with the bat as well. Najmul Hussain Shantu, the skipper, Zakir Hussain, and Mushfiqur Rahim. Now you need to add somebody like Shadman Khan as well. Shadman Isman, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's the upcoming all round, beg your pardon, upcoming batter in the squad. So yeah, he'll be coming up. But the worrying sign I feel is still Shakib Al Hasan because he is the ace all rounder, but he is not someone who is in his prime. So will they take a bold call of dropping their best all rounder?
Mhm.
That's the reason because he's also hitting up a spot if he's not scoring the runs or
Yeah.
he's not taking up the wickets. So will they drop him? I know he's treated like he is a icon player for them, and that's how the public treats him over there. But still,
Yeah.
I think it's time to move on, and the player himself needs to think about it, about his future. So yeah, that's a worrying sign. In this lot of light, I'm seeing a little bit of gloomy skies for Bangladesh. So hopefully, they'll find a way to actually shush the clouds away.
More than the batters, I think more than the bowlers rather. I think the gloomy part is on the batting of the Bangladesh
Yeah.
series, because when it comes to Bangladesh, you speak about all rounders, but now the concern is shifting towards the batters just because so many experienced players are on the verge of retirement, and so many new players will come all of a sudden. And I won't be surprised if the next WTC cycle Bangladesh end at the bottom, just because they will have so many new candidates at the top of the ranks when it comes to with the bat. But when it comes to with the ball as well, you speak about spin, you speak about Taijul Islam for Bangladesh, Mehdi Hassan Miraz, couple of spinners are there. Shariful Islam, Hassan Mahmood, and Khalid Ahmed are the three other bowlers as well. No Taskin Ahmed, just because you said about injury-prone cricketer. Shariful Islam is there, only pacer. Hassan Mahmood is also there. Ibadat Hussain has to keep himself fit for Bangladesh.
Yeah, because he is the only express pace bowler in terms of right armers in Bangladesh after Tuskin. Hassan Mahmood doesn't have that kind of pace. Khalid Mahmood. I've seen him, but still, what Ibadat can offer. I don't see Khalid offering that much, and he is someone also who's a little bit injury prone as well. So, how these pacers are looked upon by their
Yep,
physio and the support staff. That's new to be seen, and obviously, whatever the internal politics is there over there, that insecurity part. So first, it's most important thing is that they need to clear out their dressing room atmosphere. So,
correct.
that then
Off the
only
field
off
duties,
the field. Yeah.
off the field duties for Bangladesh needs to be paid attention more than what happens in on the field, right?
Yeah, I mean, they are famous for their off-field issues. We have seen that Shakib Al Hasan and Tamim Iqbal issue. Friends to pose a perfect story for as an
Yeah.
example. So yeah, it's important that they clear their off-field mess out, and then then they can prosper on the field as well.
Absolutely, that's absolutely correct. But when it comes to Bangladesh and the leadership, a new skipper now, Najmul Hussain Shanta, has been given the duties for Bangladesh. 5 matches, 214 innings, 214 runs, 105 of best with an average of 23. You said about aggressive nature. You speak about his batting. Now he has been given more responsibilities about his leadership. A lot of things to improve for him in his early stages of his career.
Oh yeah, it's 5 matches. He's also in his learning. I'm not in his learning phase, but still, in his phase of that, he's still trying to link up with captaincy as well. And more so as the batter, he's there as a captain as well. So I would, if there are stats, I would love to see his captaincy stats as well. How many matches he has won or how many
Mhm.
he has drawn under his leadership. So hopefully, it's important that he gets his runs with the bat. But I'll be more excited of Shanto, the captain, of what he actually does to
Exactly.
to how he ensure that Bangladesh dominates, not dominate, but still can be a team something that cannot be brushed aside easily.
Because I've seen Deepu this thing very recently now, that earlier we always used to see that captains in the longest format of the game, generally apart from if the Pat Cummins is a bowler himself, but those top order batters always stay in the slip cordons. But nowadays I'm seeing Temba Bavuma at mid off, you see Shan Masood at mid off, now I'm seeing Najmun Hussain Shanta at mid off. What according to you do you think, is it that just the reason behind they are closer to the bowler to have a discussion, they're not comfortable leaving up to them, or is it that they are not good fielders enough to have confidence on themselves to field in the slips?
See, we have seen Babuma being he was their best fielder. Now it's taken over by Makram. Miller is always there
Yeah.
in that. Even though no, he's not playing the test matches, but still we know that how great fielder he is. So I think it's not about not being a great fielder. it's just about, if someone is debuting, or who was still a bowler is under pressure, just to give him those words of wisdom, some positivity. Even Rohit Sharma,
Yep.
he's also not there in the slips for a long period of time. He lets the youngsters take over from the slips, and he's
Yep.
somewhere around the cover region or at the mid off region. So yeah, even Sharma, is there. We saw that in the England series as well. So I think it's not about not being good fielder. Sharma, what spectacular catches he has taken. He has a track record at slip.
Absolutely.
I feel it's something that guiding the bowlers of how they can change their length,
Exactly.
how
That's
they
what I
can.
was about to ask. Is it just because they are near the bowler, guiding them, having
Yeah,
the game plan set in front of them? And that could be the thing as well. Players to watch out for are the five players I have taken out here, Deepu. Shadman Islam is there, Mominul Haq, Mushfiq Rahim, three batters, Mehdi Hassan Miraz, and Shoriful Islam are my two bowlers out here, with Mehdi being an all rounder. Surprise, surprise, I've not picked the versatile, the experienced Shakib Al Hasan.
uh, even I'm not surprised with him not being there, because he's definitely not in his prime. I think he's above 35, 36, or 37. Not many years left in him. And also the fact that his position is still undecided. Sometimes he comes in at three, sometimes at five or six. So that in terms of in the name of flexibility, he's being shifted. He has been constantly shifting his order, whether it's the management's call or it's his call. We don't know that. So hopefully he finds his place, because there's hardly any time, and he'll be soon announcing his retirement from the
Exactly.
format.
Yeah.
So ideally, if he needs to set his priorities as well, whether he wants to focus more on his batting or on his bowling. So
So
that's
is he currently like the players we have seen before as well, the experienced ones amongst the youngsters? Do you think they are just there to guide the youngsters and just be around the shoulders, or do you think he still has a little bit of fuel left in him for international cricket?
See, for what I have, the general perception is that if a batter is playing, he can actually go on till 39, 40. But slowly I've come to terms with it that it's not the way. The reflexes go down, the body starts to age, that agility is not there. So I feel if he is not finding himself good enough with the bat, or with the field, he just just step down, and someone better than him, or even though we know he's class apart, but still, one day he'll
Hmm.
not be in that Bangladeshi lineup. So
Yeah.
who is going to replace them? Who is the next Sakib Al Hasan? Who is going to be
Correct.
the next all rounder who can, at least, if not Sakib, at least can be a 10% of him, or a new
Yeah.
name coming up who can make a name for himself, not comparing to Shakib. Hopefully, need to find a replacement, which they haven't found out till now.
Absolutely, that's absolutely correct. We're done with the players to watch out for. Predicted playing 11 in general for Bangladesh. I think they have a good side. Shadman Islam is there. Zakir Hassan is the openers. Mominul Haq at 3. Najmul Hussain Shant at 4, the leader. Mushfiqur Rahim at 5. Shakib at 6. Litan Das, the wicket keeper, at number 7. Mehdi at 8. 8 batters, Deepu. That's fantastic to see. And then you come 3 seamers.
Eight batters, but still, top four being filled all by left-handers. So that's something which is scary.
Correct.
All knowing the fact that they are playing in Asian conditions, and once if it's the same batting lineup or the same playing 11 against India, we know what Ravi Ashwin can do.
Ravi
He anyway,
Ashwin, second
yeah.
innings with the new ball, licking his lips.
And Chekhov, every inning is licking lips. From first inning, the wicket will start to turn. So if they are playing with this kind of lineup, better I would just advise them, better prepare for Ashwin very well. He's playing at Chekhov, local guy, just
Yeah,
won a TNPL title for my favorite team,
exactly.
Dindigul. So it's just the fact that better come prepared for Ashwin if you are playing this batting lineup. I would rather put Litan Das as an opener, and drop down to Zakir to three, just to break that balance of left-handers. At least get in a right-hander and
And
Litan,
similarly on the bowling duties, I have not gone with Taskin Ahmed. If you have to go with Taskin Ahmed, who is the amongst the two pacers, Ibadat Hussain or Hassan Mahmood, gets dropped?
I'll drop Hassan Mahmood for sure, because only reason is that he doesn't have that pace to actually trouble the
Pace.
batters. And even though the slow Stepak will have a slowish wicket, slowish nature, but I feel that Tuscan can adjust a little bit well, and also the fact that he can trouble the batters with his short ball as well. So I just feel that Tuscan can
Yep.
be a better option.
Tuskin can be a better option. Litton Das as your opener is what you're considering. Just because the top four has filled with openers, fair enough. We're done and dusted with the Bangladesh squad analysis for the World Test Championship. Thank you so much, Deepu. As we always said, and from the beginning of the show, we do not think so. Bangladesh will make it to the finals this time around. It's how they develop, how they improve in the next cycle with a much younger squad we are expecting because of some of the experienced bunch of players will say goodbye. Thank you so much, Deepu. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Thumb and press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much and bye bye.